I swear to God, the only thing in this world that's less consistent than Ferrari are the F1 penalties given out. Cutting a corner, yeah, that's completely fine. But cutting a corner? Oh no, that's bad. Let's give that a 5-second penalty.
No, guys. No. Not like that. Not like that. No. Seriously, you need to be an absolute blind man to think that you can go through the grass and then control your car. I was lucky that I didn't hit the wall. Where the hell I am supposed to go?
Okay, you might say that these clips are from completely different times and races, which is a fair point. But then please explain to me how at this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen received a 5-second penalty for cutting a corner after the start, and then later in the same race, Liam Lawson received a 10-second penalty for doing this. Like, come on FIA, what even is this? How in the world is this even a penalty, let alone a 10-second penalty? I honestly don't know what they're doing inside race control, but it has to be more abusive than Jos Verstappen was to Max when he was a kid. Okay, maybe that's a bit too harsh. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll show you a clip and then you have to judge what the penalty is. So you tell me, was this A, no penalty, or B, a 5-second penalty for Hamilton? Well, joke's on you, this was a 5-second penalty for Max. Now okay, I might be biased since I'm Dutch, but please explain to me where he was supposed to go in this situation. Let's show another one of Max's penalties. At the 2024 Mexican Grand Prix, Max received a 10-second penalty after forcing Lando Norris off track.
He's really close behind Max as well. Just so impressed with Sainz's ability on the brakes. Can Norris do the same?
This is brave from Lando Norris trying to go around the outside. Max Verstappen barges his rival off the road.
Then a year and a half later, Oscar does the exact same thing to Max, and Max receives again a 5-second penalty. Like, please explain to me how this works. Also, Max has clearly already received enough punishment as a kid. He does not need more. Now okay, me saying the FIA hate Max would be very controversial, since there's one certain race in history that definitely did favor Max, maybe? But that was under a different race director.
Go ahead, Toto.
You need to reinstate the lap before. That's not right.
Toto?
Yes.
It's called a motor race, okay?
Sorry?
We went to car racing.
So is it that far of a stretch to say that the new race directors hate Max? Or well, any British driver for that matter? So in F1, people tend to bring up the term British bias. Now, according to my good friend ChatGPT, British bias in Formula 1 is a term some fans use often critically to describe what they perceive as favoritism towards British drivers, teams, or media narratives within the sport. Now this would explain how this is not a penalty, but this is. But then again, Lewis also once got disqualified from qualifying after his rear wing opened exactly 85mm too wide. He then had to start from the back of the grid that race, and of course he won that race still, cause it's Lewis Hamilton and he is
Late-time world champion.
Anyways, this kind of proves the whole British bias wrong, but I also think it's just a made-up term by die-hard Verstappen fans just to excuse him from doing any dumb things like this.
Continues from Austin to Mexico City. They collide this time. Verstappen throwing it to the inside. They're both off. Extraordinary. Elbows out, brawling between the two of them.
It's also maybe a term to help Ferrari take the blame off themselves after they ruin another race by doing something stupid like fucking up another pit stop or putting dries in the pouring down rain. But Ferrari has way more problems. You know when it's bad when both your drivers are getting beaten by Nico Hülkenberg in a tractor, Lance Stroll who can't go any weekend without smashing his car into a wall, and a Williams. But back to the point, F1 penalties are bad, really bad, but how will we fix them? Well, in my opinion, just get Michael Masi back. It's not like he ever did anything wrong or made any decisions that would change the course of time and create the biggest controversy in F1 history. But no, on a serious note, I think F1 should just be more consistent. Maybe not every fan will be happy, but just create rules where one thing equals one penalty. There should be no case where the exact same thing happens twice and there are two different outcomes. Also, I think we should just give more penalties to Esteban Ocon just because he's French.